On this episode of Mix and Some Magic, I'm talking about the very best and the very worst bathrooms at Disneyland. You usually don't think about bathrooms when you think about the happiest place on earth, but maybe we should think about it a little more. We'll get into it. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Melissa with Mix and Some Magic. I'm a Disney planning expert and I'm here to mix a little magic into your day. Each week I share Disney vacation planning tips, park strategies, and a little bit of Disney history sprinkled in. Of course, I like to include lots of Disney magic. Join me, let's mix in some magic. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to hang out with you a little bit and chat about bathrooms. It's always a good time when we get to hang out and talk about bathrooms. I do have some fun information to share though, so hopefully it will be a good time. And I would be interested to know if your top Disneyland bathroom and your worst Disneyland bathroom are at the top of the list that I created. Before we get into that, though, I want to welcome some new Patreon members. This month, we have Janelle and Julia and Rhonda. Thank you so much for being Patreon members and supporting Mix in Some Magic. I appreciate you so much. You are the best. I do appreciate my Patreon members so much. Ooh, which reminds me, May is almost over. I need to pick a winner for the $25 gift card for my Patreon members. I'm going to do that right after I finish recording this so I don't forget. Patreon members also get access to early release episodes, ad-free episodes, bonus content, and giveaways, of course, plus Disney Book Club, which is one of my favorite things for the month of June. We are reading a book called The Hidden Secrets and Stories of Disneyland. I'm excited because I love hidden gems and little things that if you were walking right by and didn't know they were there, then you wouldn't even notice them, but they have hidden meaning in the world of Disney. So I love stuff like that, and this book is all about those kinds of things. So I can't wait. It's going to be fun. If you want to join Disney Book Club, there's a link in the show notes. You can sign up and you'll also get the ad-free episodes, bonus content, giveaways, magic mail, all that kind of thing. So check that out. Again, thank you to my Patreon members. You are the best. And if you happen to be listening to the ad and affiliate supported version of Mix and Some Magic, then thank you. I appreciate you as well. I've had some people send me messages and ask for an update on my bloody eyeball. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then last week I woke up and I was putting on my mascara. You know how you look up a little bit, and I noticed my eyeball up under my eyelid had this big bloody circle on it, like a big bloody splotch. It wasn't like a red allergy type situation. It was like blood red, gross blood vessel had popped in my eyeball, and it's disgusting. It's getting better now. It's been a week, but it's also looks a little worse at the same time. Well, it doesn't look worse. It's just more noticeable because it's like the blood is kind of draining down. This is so gross. I'm so sorry. And you can just kind of see it more. If you're just looking at me normally, I don't think it's super noticeable, but it's still so gross. It is getting better though. So thank you for checking on me. I think it's just a popped blood vessel and not a horrible disease. So far, so good. I'm still here. I did get my garden in, which is no small feat. It took me 10 hours on Monday. That's what I did. My whole Memorial Day. I mean, I wasn't just putting my garden in. I was also doing yard work and all kinds of things. And I had to go buy compost and dirt and fill my garden boxes. And I had to go buy all the plants. And then when I was at the plant store, the nursery, is that what they call it? It's kind of like these greenhouses. There's a bunch of little greenhouses near my town. So I go there and buy my little starts. But they had all these beautiful flowers. And I was like, I'm going to get some flowers for my pots on my front porch because I haven't put flowers in them for a while. And then I got home and I realized I had way overbought on flowers. So I'm digging through my shed trying to find extra pots to put these flowers in. And now there's like 8 pots of flowers on my porch. And it's maybe a little excessive because it's not a large porch, but I didn't want them to go to waste. So I've got lots of flowers that I'm trying to keep alive now, and my garden is planted. I hope it does well. I was going to go small this year, and I don't know. I think I maybe overbought on the garden too. We'll see. So I have potatoes and onions. I've never done those before. I'm excited about those. I have lettuce and spinach and carrots and broccoli and tomatoes and peppers and strawberries. I added some strawberries to a new little section of my yard. And then I also have raspberries and apples and apricots and peaches. Maybe my peach tree is looking real sad. So we'll see how it all goes this year. See what I can keep alive. I already went out today and the flowers on my porch were looking real sad, and I had forgotten all about them. So watered them up, and now they're perking up and looking better. So we'll see what I can keep alive. I'll keep you updated. Now, before we get into our episode, I have to tell you about a huge Disneyland ticket sale that's happening right now that is going to save you hundreds of dollars. I'm not joking when I say it's going to save you hundreds of dollars. It will literally save you hundreds of dollars. There's a couple things that you need to know about this sale. If you're visiting during the summer, or you're wanting to visit during the summer though, you need to take advantage of this. So tickets are valid for travel June 10th through September 26th, 2024. Ticket prices start at $50 per day for kids and $83 per day for adults. So this is a huge savings. They did a ticket sale similar to this back in January, February, but it was just for kids tickets. And this time they've thrown in a great deal on adult tickets as well. So that's pretty exciting. My travel partners at Getaway Today have these tickets for an extra $5 off gate price, and they offer flexibility. If you buy directly through Disney, the tickets are going to be more expensive and they're non-refundable. So don't ever buy your tickets directly through Disney. You're going to pay more money, and then if a better deal comes out, or you have to change plans, then you're stuck, and it's really sad. I have a friend who is visiting Disneyland with her family, and she pre-bought her tickets for this summer. They're going in June, and she got them through Disneyland, was so proud of herself to be getting things all scheduled early, and then they released this ticket sale, and she's already purchased her tickets, and there's nothing she can do about it. It's just too bad for her, but she would have saved, I think, $600 if she would have waited and purchased these tickets when the sale was happening. But because she purchased early with Disney, then it's just too bad for her, and it's so awful. I feel terrible for her. That's one of the reasons you never book through Disney. When you purchase with Getaway Today, you're always paying less, but if a better deal comes out, then they will give you the better deal. And their tickets are refundable, so it really doesn't make sense to pay more, have no flexibility, and buy them through Disney. It doesn't make sense. So always get your tickets through Getaway Today. Another thing you need to know is that this special ticket price applies to 3-day tickets only. There are two different options. There's a Monday through Thursday ticket offer that is the cheapest. So that'll save you the most money. But if you happen to be visiting over a weekend, then the Monday through Sunday ticket offer is going to give you the most flexibility. If you want to upgrade your ticket to a park hopper, you can for $70 more per ticket, or you can add Genie Plus for those 3 days for $90 per ticket. Tickets do not have to be used consecutively, which is amazing. So if you wanted to maybe do 2 days in the summer and then go back and hit a day in early September for Halloween time, you can totally do that. You just have to use all 3 days by September 26th. It's so amazing. Such a great deal. So I'm going to put a link in the show description, or you can call Getaway Today at 855-GETAWAY. Just tell them Mix and Some Magic sent you for the best rates. If you want to save even more money, which I'm sure you do, then combine this ticket sale with one of Getaway Today's awesome hotel stays. Here's some sample pricing to give you an idea of how much you can save with a hotel and your tickets. So this is priced out for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, with the 3-day, 1 park per day Monday through Thursday ticket. So with the very cheapest ticket with the sale. If you were to stay at the Cambria, they have a 4th night free option and reduced rates with Getaway Today. So you would pay for the hotel and the tickets $1,641 for 4 nights and 3 days at Disneyland. That's a $1,813 saving. So you're saving more than you're spending. If you wanted to go to the Viv, they have 4 nights reduced rates, and that with the tickets would be $1,378, which saves you $1,272. The Castle Inn and Suites is another one of my favorites. They have a 3 nights reduced rate. With the tickets, it's just $1,418, which saves you $972. Last one I want to tell you about, the Hyatt Regency. They have a kids suite with bunk beds. They have a 4th night free offer. If you combine that with the ticket sale, then you're going to pay just $1,451. That's a savings of $1,475, which is over 50%. Those are just a few examples of the great deals happening right now over at Getaway Today. I already booked my trip. I'm going in August with my daughter. I'm so excited about it. I just couldn't pass up this awesome deal. We were going to go for just 2 days, and then this deal came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's cheaper for us to go to 3 days. So we just added a park day, and it was cheaper than the 2-day option, which I absolutely love. Makes me so happy. An extra day at Disneyland never hurt anybody. So if you're thinking about visiting Disneyland, now is the time. Make sure you use the link in the description to get the deal, or call Getaway Today at 855-GETAWAY. Tell them Mix and Some Magic sent you for the best rates. You can also use my code MIX10 to save an extra $10. Can you tell I'm so excited about this deal? I just know it's going to help so many people get to Disneyland who haven't been able to go yet, who've been saving their money, and all of a sudden they don't have to save as much because of this amazing deal. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. I'm just happy. I hope you can take advantage of this awesome deal. All right, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk about bathrooms. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Mix in Some Magic. Before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to give a shout out to our amazing sponsor, Audible. I am now an Audible affiliate, and I am so excited about it. I've been using Audible for years, and I am really happy to have this chance to team up with a brand that I have loved and used for quite some time. If you love the magic of storytelling, but find it hard to make time for reading, Audible is your perfect solution. With Audible, you can listen to a huge selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and more, all from the convenience of your favorite device. Whether you're into thrilling mysteries, self-help, or epic fantasy, Audible has something for everyone because they have thousands of titles available. As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases. But that's not all. Members also get full access to a growing selection of included audiobooks, Audible originals, and podcasts. You can download or stream included titles all you want. Most of our Disney Book Club selections are available on Audible, including this month's title. And here's the best part. I've teamed up with Audible to offer you an exclusive deal. By using my special link, you can get a free 30-day trial of Audible. That's right, 30 days of stories, knowledge, and entertainment absolutely free. If you love podcasts, and you must because you're here, I know you'll love Audible. Just visit www.audibletrial.com/mixinSomeMagic to start your free trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/mixinSomeMagic. I'll also include a link for you in the show notes. It's a fantastic way to discover the joy of audiobooks and to support my podcast at the same time. Happy listening, and thanks to Audible for making today's episode possible. Welcome back. Today I'm taking a slightly different turn and discussing something every Disneyland visitor will need at some point: the bathrooms. You can't get through a day at Disneyland without using a bathroom. So, yes, we're talking about bathrooms at Disneyland, the best and the worst. Bathrooms might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the happiest place on earth, but knowing the best and worst just might make a small difference in your day. So we're going to talk about it. I checked the app and I counted 17 bathrooms at Disneyland, 2 bathrooms in the Esplanade, and 11 bathrooms in DCA. Of course, there's also companion bathrooms and bathrooms in the baby center and first aid center. We'll talk about all of that in a minute. There's also bathrooms in the hotel lobbies that are open to guests. We'll talk about that too. But we really can't talk about bathrooms at Disneyland without talking about the plumbers' strike that happened at Disneyland right before it opened in 1955. So if you don't know this story, Disneyland is getting ready to open. It's been a long process for Walt Disney. He's super stressed. He's had a lot going on with building this park, a lot of decisions to make, a lot of things falling apart. Apart. He's managing a bunch of people. I mean, he's trying to be a father and a husband and all the things. So it's a stressful time in 1955 as Disneyland is getting ready to open. Well, to make matters worse, the plumbers that are working on Disneyland decide to go on strike. So they're on strike, and the bathrooms and the drinking fountains are not finished yet. Now, they round up enough plumbers to do some work, but they tell Walt Disney, listen, we don't have time to do the bathrooms and the drinking fountains. It's just not going to happen. So you have to tell us which one you want us to do. And obviously, he chose the bathrooms, not the drinking fountains. I thought it was funny, though, because I went on a Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour a few years ago when they still had that tour, and the tour guide was telling us this story, and he asked for a raise of hands who thought that Walt Disney had them finish the bathrooms and who thought that he would have them finish the drinking fountains. And I was shocked by how many people raised their hand for drinking fountains. I was like, guys, you got to think it through. But Walt thought it through, and he knew that he needed bathrooms. Drinking fountains would be nice. They would be very nice, but bathrooms are a necessity. So he obviously had the plumbers put in the bathrooms because he famously said that people can buy themselves a Pepsi, but they can't relieve themselves in the streets. So he went with bathrooms, and they had them up and running. They did have a few drinking fountains available that day when the park opened in 1955. It was July, it was hot, and more drinking fountains would have been great. But bathrooms were a necessity, and they had those. So it all worked out. Of course, Walt Disney made sure that bathrooms are strategically located throughout Disneyland and California Adventure Park, ensuring that you're never too far away from a bathroom, which was thoughtful. If you ever need help finding a bathroom, they're really easy to find on the Disneyland app. You just pull up the map function and then you can search for bathrooms. Most restrooms include baby changing tables too. There are dedicated baby care centers in both Disneyland and California Adventure, which are really good options. They have a quiet place for feeding and changing and nursing kids, and they have these tiny little toddler toilets that are awesome. If you have a little one that needs a smaller toilet, then you might want to check that out. All bathrooms are wheelchair accessible, and there are also companion restrooms that are available throughout the park for guests who need assistance from a companion or family member. So this is what it says on the Disneyland app about companion restrooms. Companion restrooms are single-stall, gender-neutral restrooms that provide additional space and privacy for individuals with a companion or caregiver. Manual flush toilets are available in some companion restrooms for guests with sensory needs who need more control over the flushing process. Now, I wish I had known about these when my daughter was younger. She was about 3 or 4, and she was absolutely terrified of automatic flush toilets. And I mean, I get it. She is this tiny little thing, and the flush toilets are real loud. You never know when they're going to go off. They're spraying water everywhere at you. And when you're just a little person, then that can be scary and intimidating. And it wasn't just when we were at Disneyland that she was afraid of them. It was everywhere. You know, at Walmart, it didn't matter where we were. If they were automatic toilets, she automatically had anxiety. So we were at Disneyland and she did not want to use the bathroom because of the automatic flush toilets. And I kept telling her, you have to use the bathroom. You have to go. She was just going to hold it all day. That was her plan. Wasn't working out. And so I promised her that I wouldn't let it flush on her, which meant I had to cover the sensor with my hand, which meant I have to awkwardly straddle the toilet while she's sitting on it. And I have to be in this weird squatting position to keep my hand over the sensor. And she's thrilled to death about this plan because it's not going to flush on her. And I'm covering the sensor, holding this squat position. And she was so long on the toilet. She just kept singing, taking her time. And I was like, girl, you got to get a move on. I cannot cover this button up much longer. And luckily it was fine. I kept it covered and she got off, stepped away from it, plugged her ears, and then we could let it flush and it was fine. I did wise up over the next few months as she had this fear, and sometimes I could cover it with a piece of toilet paper. That made it better. Or I got really smart and just sent her in with my husband and he had to cover the sensor. So that worked out really well too. But these companion restrooms would have been perfect for her with a manual flush toilet. It could have saved us a lot of anxiety and it could have saved my thighs from doing those squats. Disneyland really tries hard to keep their bathrooms clean. You're going to notice when you're there that there are often custodial staff in the restroom cleaning and restocking throughout the day, and I think they do a really good job. However, the cleanliness can vary sometimes depending on the time of day and the location. Sometimes these restrooms get a huge rush of people, and then they're kind of messy. So it kind of depends on when you hit it. Sometimes you'll go into a bathroom and it'll be super clean, and then maybe you'll go back an hour or two later and it'll look a little rough. But I do think the cast members are doing their best to stay on top of it. And more often than not, when I've been there, then the restrooms have been clean. Bathrooms at Disneyland are super popular, and you will find yourself waiting in line, especially with the ladies' room. That's just part of the experience. There's no lightning lane for the bathrooms, although I do wish there was sometimes, because I've been in the bathrooms, I'm sure that everyone has, where there's a long line and someone will come in with a toddler who obviously needs the bathroom right away and is going to pee their pants. And in these situations, I've seen it happen multiple times where everyone in line is like, just go ahead, go, skip the line. It's fine. We don't mind. But sometimes I feel like they should just have a reserved area for those little toddlers that need the bathroom right away. I wanted to talk a little bit about bathroom theming. Disneyland does such a great job throughout the park with theming. I mean, you look at Galaxy's Edge, it's amazing. Cars Land is arguably one of the best themed lands in any of the Disney parks. Fantasyland is adorable. Toontown, can we talk about Toontown? So cute. I love Toontown. And then you have Avengers Campus. Like, Disneyland is all about the theming. That's what they do. They do themed lands, storytelling through the environment, and it's amazing. It's immersive, but they fell short with the bathrooms. I don't know what happened. You are, at Toontown and you're so excited about all this Toontown stuff, and then you go to the bathroom and you're like, and it's gone. I lost it. It's just a bathroom. I mean, they kind of like paint them different colors, but the bathrooms overall really have no theming to speak of, which I think is disappointing. Why not theme the bathrooms? Why not? There's that one that's right by Incredibles at Pixar Pier. Why not make that a Pixar themed bathroom? And you wouldn't even have to be crazy stuff. Just some little things like painted Pixar with Pixar characters on the inside, or, whatever. I don't have the best ideas. I haven't really thought this through for how they could theme bathrooms, but I'm going to give it some thought now that it's in my brain. But they could do things better because they're just really not themed at all. There are two exceptions, maybe more if I might have missed one, which is totally possible. But the first thing that comes to my mind is the bathrooms by Alice in Wonderland in Fantasyland at Disneyland. They are not majorly themed, but the doors to all the stalls are painted like face cards. They go really well with the Alice in Wonderland theming. The colors are these black, gray, white, red colors, just like face cards. It's really cute. So cute. Such a little detail, but very, very fun. And it makes a big difference. Just that tiny little detail. They didn't go all out. It wasn't insane. Just subtle, but very, very cute. The other exception is over in Galaxy's Edge. The bathrooms are not like in your face themed, but they definitely fit in with the Star Wars theming of the land. So, two exceptions. If I've missed one, please let me know because I would love to go check out a more themed bathroom because I think they're lacking at Disneyland. I have my opinions on what is the best bathroom and what is the worst bathroom at Disneyland, but I wanted to know what other people thought. I wanted to hear from other people, so I did a poll over on my Instagram. I asked people to tell me the best bathrooms and the worst bathrooms at the Disneyland Resort. And here are the results. Let's start with the best. A lot of people had a lot of opinions. I loved seeing everybody's answers. It was so interesting though, because a lot of people would put, like a certain bathroom, and then there would be a bunch of people who responded to the worst bathroom question, and that bathroom was on the worst list. So it really kind of depended on the person, and I think it really depends on your experience. Maybe you had a great experience at the Alice in Wonderland bathroom and a terrible experience at the Galaxy's Edge bathroom, and another person might have gone the next day and had the total opposite experience. So I thought it was really interesting to see what people put, but I tallied it all up. And for best bathroom, the very best one that got the most votes, like far and away the most votes, was the Alice in Wonderland bathroom. A close runner-up, losing by just 10 votes, was the Galaxy's Edge bathroom. Now, I find this interesting that the two bathrooms that they themed really well at Disneyland are people's favorite bathrooms. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think people love the theming, and since they're liking their environment more, then they're having a better experience. I don't know. There should be an actual real life study done on this. Maybe if Disneyland themed all of their bathrooms, people would love all of them. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. There are some honorable mentions though. The next highest, third place, was the Esplanade on the DCA side. So there's an Esplanade closer to Disneyland, and there's an Esplanade. There's a bathroom in the Esplanade. There's one by Disneyland and there's one by DCA that you can use before you enter the parks. The DCA one came in third, which surprised me, but I have been to that bathroom more than one time and I loved it too because it is clean and it is quiet. I have never seen more than a handful of people in there, and I think that's just because everyone's in the parks. And I think a lot of people also don't know about this bathroom, but if you happen to be walking by, this is definitely a good bathroom to check out. Another bathroom that was highly mentioned was to the right of the Disneyland entrance. So right after you go through the tunnel on the right, like the whole opposite side of City Hall. So you're walking into Disneyland, go under the tunnel on the right. There is a little alleyway that leads to a bathroom. It's a small bathroom. I don't think there's more than 4 or 5 stalls, but not a lot of people know about it. So it's usually very low crowds. And since it's not as heavily trafficked, then it's usually clean too. So I do like that one. Another honorable mention is the Tiki Room bathroom. I think that people like this one because not a lot of people know about it. So when you're inside the Tiki Room, like before you go into the show, if you go up the stairs on the left, then there is a bathroom right there. So you can also use the Tiki Room bathroom. That got a lot of votes. Now, if I had to pick my favorite bathroom, it got a couple of votes. and I was happy to see that. I thought it would get more votes, but it didn't. Well, I have a couple. First, if I'm going by just theming alone, then the Alice in Wonderland bathroom, hands down. So adorable. But overall, my favorite bathroom, I'm going to say the bathrooms on Tom Sawyer Island, because there's never anybody there. They're companion bathrooms. I think that they're really, really great because there's nobody there. And I like not having to wait in line. Plus, I don't know, you're kind of like on this island and they've got all these pine trees. It's very naturey, and it just seems a little more peaceful and less stressful than the hustle and bustle of the regular parts of Disneyland. So I love the Tom Sawyer Island bathrooms. I also like the bathrooms over by Autopia. So if you're walking towards the Tomorrowland train station, then there's some bathrooms tucked right up there that not a lot of people know about. And it's a little bit out of the way for people, so a lot of people don't go over in that direction. So I do like those bathrooms a lot too, just because they're quieter, not as busy, and I don't know that I've ever waited in line at those bathrooms, which is always a good thing. We don't need another line to wait in. Okay, let's talk about worst bathrooms. Somebody said, her name is Sandy, and she wrote, the worst bathroom depends on who went in before you. And I thought that was so funny. I definitely agree. Now, this one I was surprised at, because this bathroom that won worst, I wouldn't have picked as the worst bathroom. For me, it's not the worst bathroom. But the worst bathroom, according to this poll, is the Adventureland bathroom. Some people call it Adventureland, some people call it Frontierland. It's kind of right in between the two lands, and people hate it. They say it's the very worst bathroom, that it's always so crowded. That was people's biggest complaint. I do want to tell you a secret, though, that it's not a secret, but people just don't know about it. In this bathroom, there's always a line out the door, but there are two sides with stalls, and people only see one side that kind of is a straight shot when you're entering the bathroom. But if you go to the left, there's a whole other line of stalls that are almost always vacant, most of them. So people don't realize this. There's a sign up there that says stalls on both sides or something like that, but people don't see the sign. So when you're there, try to notice if people are just lining up for that straight shot stalls, and then maybe you can direct people to go to the other side. Or maybe you can just sneak in, pretend like you're washing your hands, and go see if anyone's waiting for those ones. And if not, I'd just sneak in and do that, because there's no sense in waiting if there are available stalls. So check that out. That might help you hate that bathroom less. But people hate it. Number 2 is the one that I hate the very most, and that is the New Orleans Square train station bathroom. So the one that is right behind Mint Julep Bar, and kind of before you get to the train station, there's a little bathroom tucked up in there. It's not very big. The reason I hate it, though, is it smells weird. Like, it's not just a bathroom smell. There's like a weird fishy smell about it, and it's disgusting. So I don't like that. If I can avoid using that bathroom, I will. Another one that was highly mentioned is the City Hall bathroom, just because they're smaller and so crowded. The Cars bathroom, I hadn't even thought of that one, but that got a lot of hate. And another one, which I agree wholeheartedly, is the Rancho del Zocalo restrooms. There's, I think, 3 stalls in there, and for some reason, everybody wants to use that bathroom, and there are lines out the door, and it's insane. Just skip those bathrooms altogether. You don't have to go that bad to wait in that line. You could easily walk somewhere else and be done by the time you got to the front of that line, I promise. So those were the worst bathrooms. I thought they were interesting. Now, I did say that my very favorite bathroom was the Alice in Wonderland and the bathroom on Tom Sawyer Island, but I just thought of another favorite bathroom that I want to tell you about. It's the bathroom at Club 33, and it is amazing. Amazing. Now, when I was at Club 33, I was allowed to take pictures at Club 33, but no videos. Anywhere you want, you can take pictures except for the bathroom. So I don't have any pictures or videos of the bathroom, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It didn't even, if you went in there and didn't know it was a bathroom, you probably wouldn't have even realized it. Like, it's just, they had furniture in there and they had chairs to sit on. They had a little dressing table area with mirrors and gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous bathroom. They had a little basket with like toiletries that you could use if you needed some, and I loved it. Gorgeous bathroom. I wish I had pictures to show you. So, can that be my favorite bathroom? I may never get to go in there again, but it was really, really nice. Like, we could just sit up here and take a little nap. I loved it. There are also really nice restrooms at the Disneyland Resort hotels in the lobbies that you don't have to be staying at to use. The lobby of the Grand Californian has a gorgeous bathroom, never crowded, very beautiful, and the toilet paper is nicer. It's not like the one-ply toilet paper that is being used in the rest of the bathrooms. It's nice toilet paper. So if you happen to be in that area, that's a good restroom to use. I have not used the ones at Pixar Place, so I don't know what they are like. I'm sure that they're great, especially compared to the New Orleans Square bathroom. I have used the bathrooms at the Disneyland Hotel, and those ones are beautiful. There's one that has a Fantasyland theme, and it has this amazing Fantasyland wallpaper. It's so pretty. So if you happen to be in that area, that's a good one to use as well. There you have it. The best and worst bathrooms at Disneyland. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and if not helpful, then hopefully it was entertaining. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day here with me. I appreciate it so much. I'll be back next week with something new. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk soon.